Berlin, home of alternative and open-minded humankinds, exploring unknown and enjoying their existence. We, 6 people from all around the Europe, happen to work together and get to know the history of overfilled city, the ideology behind them, who are the residents, and the connection with the Cold War. Our day started at Kreuzberg Museum, a 4-floor house in Turkish district. Museum has an interactive exposition in which you can explore the hidden stories of squatting culture since the 70s. The exposition works within a phone app. A floor lower, the gallery of pictures taken with local anarchists, Antifa members, punks, rioters, hard workers, and skinheads, standing straight against the system.
Now, put it in.
What is that?
That's bubble gum ball.
It's probably so hygienic.
After the museum, we wanted to see everything by our own eyes, so we went outside to explore. Now we will explore the George von Rauchhaus squat. So what is squatting? Squatting is the action of occupying an abandoned or unoccupied area of land or a building, usually residential, that the squatter does not own, rent, or otherwise have lawful permission to use. Squats can be also social spaces aiming for solidarity and creativity.
Okay, hello, we are at the Rauchhaus right now. These people really like to be private, and they want everyone to respect their private space. So no photos and no videos are allowed in this place.
Tell about the garden.
Yeah, how these guys survive? They have their own garden. You are free to use it, but you can't take any fruit or anything from it. Basically, you can just watch. So it's a tourist attraction, but you can't be a tourist because no tourists are allowed here. And there's a big thing about it. This is not a tourist attraction.
They know that people visit these places and they do not want them to visit these places. But people still visit these places and take photos. So yeah.
Squatting occurs worldwide. It tends to occur when people who are poor or homeless find empty buildings or land to occupy for housing. In industrialized countries like Germany, there are often squats and also squatting movements which can be just political in nature. Copy was squatted in 1990 and legalized in 1991 as an autonomous housing project and self-managed social center.
Okay, So we're at Portico, Nekkerstraße 137. So they have a bar, they have places where to do workshops, and they also had a schedule like when to put out the trash, and they also had a free shop, which means that you can like put stuff and you can leave stuff and you don't have to pay money for it. So that's how they live.
But when we came inside, they asked us to leave because this is their own private space and blah blah blah, don't take photos. This is not a tourist attraction point. Duh.
The main idea behind squatting lies on the opposition against any kind of power structures, domination or hierarchy, like capitalism, racism, nationalism, sexism, homo and transphobia, anti-Semitism, etc. For the squatters, states or nations don't exist.
So there's the super underground
Hipster.
DIY hipster place.
And
There's the new modern industrial houses.
so we're at Bergheim, which is a free Bahnhof or something. So this is one of the most popular electronic clubs in Berlin, and it's popular because it's super fucking hard to get in. It's face control basically. It's 10 euros to get in, and it's super important because this is the place where funk, alternative, and electronic just collide and make things happen. And I think our friends didn't get in because they're coming back from the queue. But yeah, it's super popular and everyone tries to get in, but it's super hard and no one knows the rules for getting in. So yeah, you should come and check out and try to get in. So there's the thing, there's no photo policy when you come in. They take a sticker on your phone, and this reminds me us of that you cannot take photos also in squats. So there's no photo policy. It makes you feel exclusive in these places and keep the thing alive.
39, so we need 34.
So we're on Liebigstraße 36 and there's supposed to be a protest today. And so there are the two police cars and we're super excited.
On 9th of October, the Liebig 34 was evicted by the police. Liebig 34 was known as an anarcho-queer feminist housing project. There were a lot of people who was on the streets defending the place from 3 a.m. till 11 a.m. when the last inhabitants of the Liebig 34 were dragged out of rooms. Liebig 34 is cleared.
This is what we came to.
Demonstration discussion.
There's a discussion somewhere.
No.
Wir haben ein Problem mit dem System.
Wir haben ein Problem mit dem System.
Wir haben auch ein Problem mit Hierarchien.
Wir haben ein Problem mit dem System.
Wir haben
wir
Probleme.
leben.
Ja, wir
Wie
könnten einige
System.
aufzählen. Wir haben Probleme mit den Strukturen.
Wir
Eigentlich
haben
brauchen
Problem
wir
mit
keine
dem
Uhren.
System. Wir haben ein Problem mit dem System.
Ja. Habt ihr
Wir
auch
haben
ein Problem mit dem System? Wir wollen in solchen Häusern leben.
Wir haben ein Problem mit dem System.
Ja.
Yeah, hello, I'm T and I'm from Berlin, punk rocker, from the singer called Terror Reactor. This is a Berlin punk rock band and I play here since many years. Yeah, this area was about 10 years ago very fine. You can like party here and stuff on the streets, and they were all fine together. There were no stress about. But in the last few years, about gentrification and stuff, something worked like crap. You see all the look of the street got Orwella and Orwella because this is something money business building. The free area for our culture left and left more. and stuff. Yeah, and I have to say about in the 90s, they're working together in the squad was more faithfully and more better than now, because now I think the scene, especially Antifa and punk rock scene, did get a little split in each other, because they will have some weight. There are some meetings about this, and the other guys who essentially need to work together have another meaning, and that's why it's always stress between. That's a strange word I never knew before. I say, what? Where am I here? Is this real Berlin? What I know? Is this the punk area? What I know? And you want to please me? You want to forbid me when I'm on stage and making a party to you, because I'm promising for you that you can have a funny evening and dance, and you will forbid me to put on my t-shirt when it's getting me warm? Yeah. I'm crazy? Yeah, and this are some points of that what I meant, because yeah, the scene in itself is split because of this crap. Because I have to say, moin moin. I'm very I got a great knowledge about the Antifa before the 90s and in the 1990s Antifa, but it's in the mash up to the Antifa now. There's a new Antifa, the young Antifa, with autonomous stuff and stuff. I think for me it's like a child garden. Yeah.
Squatting is about the desire to live in the utopia of a new society in the present moment, instead of waiting for a change of political or economic power structures. It's a revolutionary claim to break free from all authoritarian and patriarchal structures of the heteronormative family, as well as to create their own living spaces, communes and meeting points.
Ist ja nicht meine Dame. Ärgerlich. Wo ist meine Dame? Wo ist überhaupt meine Dame? Wieso steht meine Dame da?
Meine Dame hat gerade geklaut wurde.
Wo? Was?
Ja.
Was? Möchte jemand essen?
Meine Dame geopfert.
Möchte jemand essen von euch? Ich habe meine Dame geopfert.
Ja.
Ich brauche die Salvette gerade. Девочки, выходите. Братан, ты будешь? Нет,
Вот попробуй. 5 минут назад я покушал, спасибо.
Потому что мне салфетка нужна.
Я возьму другую. Mann.
Scheiße. Ich bin nicht begeistert.
Nee.
Ich werde das Ding
The Queen is
verlieren.
not amused.
Nein, null. Was macht sie denn da? Ein Brot.